Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, and today we are cooking pot roast and red potatoes and carrots, and we're gonna have all that good peppers and all of the mushrooms. We're gonna have all this goodness in there. Here in this roaster right here, we already have a tenderized roast, beef roast. This is a beef roast. And I've already trimmed, as you can see, all the fat off. We take that off. I don't really like a lot of fat on it. I do leave some fat because it gives it season, but for the most part, I try to cut it all off. So, and I leave a little. So, I'm going to cook the side down that has the most fat, which would be the flat side that I cut the fat off. So, I'm going to cook that down. We're going to get this seasoned. Over here, I have my garlic, my minced garlic, my peppers, my onions, and all of that goodness. And we're going to mix it all up in here with this. And then we're going to throw the red potatoes in. We're going to get them washed and everything. And it's going to be finger licking good. Okay, so I'm back. Now, the first thing that we're going to start off with, I like to use a little bit of olive oil. So, this is the olive oil, just, you know, Food Line brand, nothing fancy. And I'm going to sprinkle it on there because it's going to help the ingredients, you know, stick. And I'm going to kind of like rub it, and it's going to give it a nice crispy taste. It's going to be so good. Okay, I'll make sure I coat it, get it all inside the holes because I tenderized it myself. I poked holes in my roast so that all that goodness can seep through. Okay, so my next ingredient, I'm going to use seasoning salt. I don't measure, as you know, from my previous one. Throw a little on this side. Rub it on there. Flip it back over. Put a little more. Okay. Now I'm going to use some pepper. Okay. The seasoning that I use on here is going to season the potatoes as well. I'm going to use garlic. I'm just going to season one side first and then come back. Flip it to the other side. Here I'm going to use a tad bit of celery seed. This is going to be my little secret ingredient. Okay. This Goya right here, see that? That's going to make it so tender. Okay. Get that on there. Make sure you pat it in them holes. If you could smell what it smells like right now, oh my God. It smells so good. Make sure it's all seasoned and pretty. Yes, ma'am. Pretty, right? Yeah. Minced garlic. We're going to use this more than once on here. Now, I don't measure. I'm just going to pour a little bit on that side. Oh, it's going to taste so good. Can you smell it, son? Can you smell it?
Yeah, it smells good.
Smell good. The way your food smell, before you cook it, that's how it's going to taste. It's going to taste so good. Smell that goodness. Get it all on the sides of it. Now, since I've already done that side, I'm going to go ahead and flip it over to this side. I'm going to add the same ingredients. Remember, I seasoned it early with the seasoning salt. So now I'm going to grab another Goya pot. Only season that I may not put on this side is the celery season. May not put that on this side, but everything else I'm gonna put on this side. Rub it on around. Get it all in there. All the goodness. Look at it. Make sure you flip it. You smell that sun?
Yeah.
Smell delicious. Now it's gonna be all up in there. All right. Now zoom over here. Now over here, I have my red potatoes soaking, because I use red potatoes because I like to keep the skin, because there's a lot of nutrients in it. So I'm gonna make sure that they're nice and clean. So what I do is I kind of soak it, scrub it, and then I'm gonna go in and rub them, make sure all the dirt is off them. Before I cut them up. Of course I'm gonna cut them up. So I'm kind of like rough washing them. Let that water out. And I'm gonna go in with a knife and I'm gonna cut off the little black things out of it. I'm gonna take my glove off for a minute. Uh-oh, my glove kind of had seasoning in it, kind of bust. So, what I'm going to do here, this one is pretty good, but I'm going to go in like that, and I'm going to cut that out. I like my potatoes kind of big. I'm just going to cut them up like that. In big chunks. Uh-oh. The other one, I'm going to check it. Find the root. Dig that out. Throw it over that side. Go in. And cut them. I'll be back once I finish. So I'm back. Now what I'm going to do, now that the potatoes I cut up, I re-wash them again. And then I go back in and run hot water, as hot as it can get over them, just because I like to make sure that they clean. I like it to look. So, now that they're clean, I'm going to go ahead and throw them over here. And the juices from the roast is going to cook these potatoes along with the steam. And it's going to taste so good. Going to sprinkle a little more garlic, a little more salt on the potatoes. Just a tad, seasoning salt. Okay? And a little more olive oil. Just a drizzle around them. Just so that it can coat the potatoes. Now we have here a carrot. Now I'm just going to rinse these off in hot water, warm water, just to make sure. Wow. Damn, y'all see this shit? I done burnt my goddamn hand. Damn. Okay, now that that's over with, you see I have 4 peppers here. I cut them in half, and I'm going to gut them just like this. I'm going to make sure that I get that stem out. Gut out all the white stuff. And rinse them off. Now that we have all of this done in here, as you see, I have the carrots that I burnt my hand on. I have all of the peppers. I have red pepper, green pepper, and yellow pepper. Okay, now I'm going to do the lazy way with the onions. I actually bought the ones that was already cut up, but I'm going to drizzle this whole thing in there. But first, I'm going to wash them first. Now that I washed the onions off, I'm just going to sprinkle them in here. Normally, I have sliced onions, but I ain't feel like fooling with them today. So, these will be just as good. Oops, that's the thing. But I washed them. If y'all could smell this, oh my God, it smells so good. And it hasn't even cooked yet. Next, I'm going to add my mushrooms, of course. I have to get these washed off, and I'll be back. Now that we have the mushrooms in their pan, we are going to lightly season all of the vegetables, and we're going to toss it around so that each and every thing in this pot will have a little flavor on it. And I'll be back with the final product. Here's the final product. Now here you have your garlic roasted potatoes with beef roast. Thank you. See you next time.